Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am back, like I promised, for the fourth installment of Operation Keto. As I said before, I would be going bi-weekly from here on out. So let's just cover both weeks in one mega update to keep it clean and simple for y'all. Big news, I've broken into the 70s, coming at 178.4 pounds. I didn't make it up, and I didn't use laxatives. That is a result of conviction, sweat, tears, pain, and a whole lot of effort on my part and support from you guys. I never thought I would hit the 20-pound mark, but I've finally done it, so I'm just going to pat myself on the back for that. Up next on the update, my cycle has finally mellowed out. My entirely daily routine has gotten more and more second nature for me. I'm actually writing this at 8:30, and my self-assigned bedtime is around 9:30ish, so I'm feeling pretty tired, but I'm going to cover this sleep update portion later on. With that, the snow has melted away, the sun and rain has returned, and I am back out performing and eating everything I need to stay on track. So, good news and bad news. I guess depending on how you see it. Let's hit the good news first. The keto diet seems to be working out rather well, with my overall mood and physical health being directly affected by it. I'm getting more and more used to eating the leafy greens and less breads, and I gotta hand it to you. It feels weird for me not having had eaten a piece of sourdough or sandwich bread in over a month and a half. I'm almost scared to feel the texture of it in my mouth again. Speaking of texture, I'm a huge fan of the cauliflower cheesy bread and cauliflower pizza I've experimented with. 10 out of 10, I would recommend to anybody who wants to cut back on carbs or anything, or any other keto dietitians out there. Cauliflower bread-like replacements are pretty gross in my opinion if they're plain, but mixed around with other things, it isn't that bad at all. Now to the bad news. I haven't been eating lunches again. I know, I need to eat lunch. I eat almost 12 hours apart, actually. I eat at 8 in the morning and 6 or 7 at night. I manage through the day with what feels like no issue. If there is an issue, I haven't felt it, but it goes without saying I have to eat more. I know excuses are lame, but it is right before finals week right now. Dead week just finished, and my brain is fried, but I will prevail. Then I can eat all the lunches I want during spring break and the beginning of spring term. So like I mentioned before, I'm pretty tired right now. I've started going to bed before 10 p.m. Because I discovered that between 10 to 2 a.m. is when the most hormonal secretion occurs, specifically testosterone. This is directly related to how tall one gets, along with how much overall sleep they receive as well. Me being less than 6 feet, I obviously want to get taller, so I'm shooting for an inch or two. I know that's not exactly how it works, but hey, it motivates me to at least go to bed at a decent hour, and that's what counts, right? For the physical side of things, I have seriously needed to pump the brakes with my injury versus my ambitions. I've been listening to a lot of Halo audiobooks lately, and particularly Cold Protocol, First Strike, and The Flood. And oh boy, nothing makes me want to go kick ass more than listening to tales of Spartans and Marines destroying aliens while sustaining broken bones, third-degree burns, radiation sickness, and a plethora of other wounds. The mind-blowing thing is that they just keep going until they literally cease to exist from the amount of plasma fire they take or simply getting cut in half by an energy sword. It probably isn't a good thing that that's what motivates me to go work out, but it does. Anyways, I've been running about the same amount as before, half a mile to a mile and a half, but swimming and cycling a whole lot more while also doing a bit of lightweight lifting in large sets of low weight repetitions, but lots of repetitions. It's been working pretty good for me so far. I go to bed every night with some degree of soreness, and it's very reminiscent of my life before the injury, my life before the Marine Corps, honestly, and during my active duty time. So every night before I fall asleep, I get into this feeling like my life is getting better and that I'm getting closer to my goal. And it's a really good feeling to feel. Like you're in bed, your day's complete, and you've accomplished the mission. Everything is done. It's by far the most satisfying feeling I can ever feel, and I feel that on a day-to-day basis. So you can imagine how happy I am right now talking to you. So, a knowledge update. Since I already talked about the testosterone secretion and the cauliflower bread, having a stroke again, I learned that drinking a load of water before bed can be helpful in repairing torn muscles, reinflating spinal discs, and lubricating your joints. A lot of that you probably heard from a doctor or your parents, but you may not have actually tried it to the extent that I'm referring to. I'm not just talking about a glass or two. I'm talking about a liter or two of water. 2 liters at the most. I wouldn't surpass that just because I don't want you to drown in your sleep, obviously, or vomit in your sleep. I guess that's the same thing, kind of, isn't it? Yeah, you might have to get up and pee a lot, but it helps a ton with resting your body. Like I said, going to bed with that soreness every night, I obviously tested it. I went all of week 5 with that plan. I drank about 1 to 2 liters of water a night, and I woke up feeling great every morning. I had to stretch, obviously. My joints felt like they needed to pop, but they felt good. They felt rejuvenated. And then I went all of week 6 without it and only had a glass or 2. And I definitely noticed a difference. It explains why they made us chug a canteen before bed every night in boot camp. Like, obviously, just don't choke if you are going to chug it. Big differences. Definitely would recommend it. 1 to 2 liters every night. I'm doing that right now. I just finished week 6, so I'm going to kick that off again starting tomorrow. Actually, starting tonight before I go to bed. Yeah. Thank you guys again for tuning into this update. Also, sorry about the disappointing amount of other content. With college roasting me like it has been very difficult getting out and getting airsoft or gaming footage worth compiling. I have plenty of it, plenty of gaming footage, not airsoft footage, but I have plenty of gaming footage, but none of it is worth compiling, nothing that I can really smolder into a worthwhile video. I'm thinking of spitting out more 2-minute videos, like the Battlefield 1 Vengeance and the Battlefield 4 Reminiscence video. I don't remember the name of that one specifically, but more videos like that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I haven't been airsofting in a long while, but let me just segue into this. We are going to the Oregon versus Washington Civil War at Sniper's Den in Oregon on March 29th. All of you Oregon airsofters should go. All of you Washington airsofters should go. Myself and the crew will be there repping for the Oregon team, of course. Once again, thank you, and I will see you guys in the next one. And for those of you airsofters, I hope to see you on the field.